Welcome to this episode about how to act natural on camera, or how to drop the mask, how to get out of anxiety, but also how to show up as yourself. I'm going to be sharing a whole lot of tools in this, but I'm also going to be sharing my personal journey, which includes this exact moment. I am still learning to be my full self in front of a camera. Like, how the hell do you even do that? Press record and talk to a lens and stare inside a lens and be yourself. That's what I'm working on doing right now in this moment. I'm going to explain to you towards the end of this session together how I got some really clear feedback that I wasn't being that authentic on camera. And so I'm experimenting right now as we speak, really about slowing down and finding out how real can I be? How myself can I be? It's not easy when you press record. So we're going to explore some steps that I've taken in learning how to feel okay while pressing record and knowing that you're going to be on the internet. I will say right now that I feel super relaxed. But it's a whole other thing for me to, I'm going to say, bring all of myself here. At some levels, I don't even know what that means. But it's to like drop the kind of, I've got a camera on and I need to do something. I need to be entertaining. Are you finding this boring? Is it boring if I'm just my slowed down self sitting in a living room talking to you? Okay, let's get into the meat of this. But before we go any further, I would find it super handy if you would like and subscribe to this channel. The reason why I ask you to do this is that it helps get the message out there. It helps the YouTube algorithm feed it to people like you. And so, yeah, just if you wouldn't mind doing that, that would be great. Also, if you don't want to do it, please don't do it. For many people, switching on the camera and talking to it, even the thought of it is something that fills them with anxiety, and they will avoid it at all costs. I used to have an Instagram account, for example, that had very few pictures of me and pretty much no video of me. And now it contains almost only video of me. So the first step is avoidance and anxiety about it. And so we actually have to work through some of that anxiety and avoidance in order to start doing this thing, to start showing up. I totally had to do that too. I kind of pushed myself into it because it's what I thought I needed to do. And it was uncomfortable at first. I've got a lot of tools and I've developed a lot of tools over time for becoming more comfortable. But when I first did this, it was a real white knuckle ride. I hated the way I looked on video and sounded. I didn't like the way the camera looked or the lighting. I didn't like what I said. It was hard. It was hard. And part of that is just because we have to learn how to do this thing properly. We don't know how to do it. But another part is, certainly for parts of me and a lot of the people that I support and work with, have got perfectionist parts that are afraid to just put it out into the world and be ourselves. So again, even as I'm talking right now, I actually need to slow down because otherwise I lose myself. And it's not that I lose myself far. It's not like I became, like 1 minute ago, I was totally myself. But it's just this thing of, can I be really here, like fully here? And again, it's at a level of like feeling and knowing that I'm here. Like, can you tell at the moment when I drift in and drift out of being like fully with you versus, or a slight caricature of myself, like the guy talking on the camera Jeremy versus Jeremy. Can you tell the difference? Again, I'd love some comments below. It'd be super helpful for me, and I'd love to have a conversation about this, about what does it even look like to be real in front of the camera when we're also used to people being extra and super entertaining on camera and also not really being themselves. Okay, I'm looking at my notes because I just got some notes. That's what I'm working with. So this first phase is working through anxiety and self-judgment and perfectionism, and that can stop many people from putting anything out there at all. Next up, let's just say we start to do it, but then it's still hard, and that's when we start to process the negative feelings that come up. Let's just say we don't just record, post it, feel bad about it, and leave it there. We actually have to process the negative feelings. Otherwise, it will stop showing up on video because it's just too hard. So it's really helpful to process the feelings and the emotions regularly, straight after posting, straight after shooting. The other thing is practice. Like, we actually just have to do it. One of the things I told myself when I started to shoot content was just think, where will you be in a year? Where will you be in 2 years? Where will you be in 5 years? And just grin and bear it as I put out crappy content to start with. Not easy, but I did it. Over time, you develop tools. So I teach people a lot of tools, like public speaking tools, equipment tools. I'm shooting right now on this particular camera, which is a Sony ZV-E10 with a beautiful Sigma lens, with just a nice little microphone system. It's very easy. I just popped this up in the living room. This was really quick. I didn't even put up any lighting, and I'm just shooting. As you can see, I've just pressed record and I'm talking, and hopefully this will be entertaining enough that you'll watch it, because I'm still going to get to the gnarly feedback I received about myself. Another set of tools that I work with and share with my clients is around structuring content. Like, how do we begin? What do we do in the middle? How do we keep people interested in our content? I'm by no means, like a Hollywood level content producer, but I've learned a few things along the way about structuring content in an interesting way, making it relatively concise. One of the biggest things that I like to offer my clients is feedback, to show them their blind spots. We review video, we talk about what their public speaking looks like, we look at what their social media looks like, we talk about it in detail. I have also received a ton of feedback from this point of view, but more recently, you see there, I'd slipped out of myself a little bit there. I just did it again. I wonder if you caught that. And if you didn't catch it, go back 30 seconds to a minute and watch me just move into content teacher mode, as opposed to Jeremy sitting in the living room sharing this, and he's still an actual real human being. So I received some interesting feedback, some deep feedback from mentors of mine. And they said to me, we're looking at your social media and your online work, and it just doesn't feel fully authentic. This is what I've received over the last 6 months, let's just say. I love feedback like that. It is the only way that I'm going to get really good at this. And I think that's probably, I'm going to say, one of my best skills is seeking out and taking feedback. I love to be told what I can't see. At a psychological level, from a personality level, from a relationship level, and definitely in doing this work. I've had my group teaching looked at, all my online courses looked at by really, really serious professionals to really look for blind spots or stuff in my work that's not good. Anyway, so I was told that what I'm doing right now, could be more authentic. It was just something performative that I was doing. And, I've spent time being like big and extra on stage as a lead singer. So it's familiar for me to perform. But I think this crept in over the last 4 to 5 years of me doing video, a lot of video, I just developed a video personality. And even right now, I was just slipping into that video personality, as opposed to me, like the person, the actual human. So here I am as the actual human that is talking to you. And this is what I'm working with, even in this video, to try and strip away that TV presenter guy and find myself in this. And this is a real-time experiment for you. So again, I want your feedback. What do you see? What do you like? Do you like it when I'm that guy, or do you like it when I drop into slowing down and really finding and being myself? So that's what the edge that I'm working with right now is. How real can I be? How slowed down and unentertaining? How grounded can I be? How at home in myself, but also heart-centered, let's say, like warm, like even as I say heart-centered, my body or the whole of me flushes a little bit with a feeling of warmth and connection. How present can I be? So that's the edge that I'm working at. All of the steps that I've outlined are ways of developing a deeper and deeper sense of comfort in front of the camera, being more and more natural. Let me know where you are in the process. Are you beginning with the avoidance and the anxiety? Are you already making stuff, but you want to deepen your sense of presence and authenticity? It's a work in progress for me, and I would love your feedback. So thank you for watching this today. I hope some of this was useful. I was just speaking from a little set of notes in front of me on a pad of paper. And it's felt really good for me to just slow down and be like this. Let me know what you think.